Hello friends, hope you are having an awesome Friday. As we head into the weekend, I wanted to give you something to think about because there are a lot of people who are just unaware of the potential of how leveraging each other can really help us all win. And I see this a lot, especially with teachers now, because they're heading into the summer and they're wondering, oh, what am I going to do? I'm not getting paid. And just people in general, most people need to have a source of secondary income and they don't know what to do to go about it. And they don't really understand my industry, which is network marketing. So I wanted to just explain a couple of things and really have fun with numbers, because when I saw this idea, I just thought, wow, I want everybody to know this. And because I'm a teacher, I figured I would draw it out for you and hopefully you'll see it. Okay, so what I do with network marketing is what we focus on, it's a system, right? It's a system of duplication. So what we teach is, if you come on board, we teach you to bring two people on board who also may want to build an additional source of revenue, and then teach them how to bring two people on board. So it's not about selling a product, it's about creating these invisible franchises. And the better that you are at setting people up and helping them build their businesses, the more that the company you partner with is going to bonus you. So when you have two people duplicating and then they're signing up two people and then they're signing up two people, it can really amount to a lucrative income over time. But the problem is so many people don't have time strength and they don't really understand the business and how it works long term and how it can really produce something that becomes passive, and that you're putting all this initial effort in right away. However, down the road, you can be leveraging a whole organization of hundreds of thousands of people, and all of us, everyone in the organization, is leveraging each other and we're all winning, right? So when you think about how network marketing, and especially how a binary works, think of it like a spider web. If you start in the beginning, right, in the middle, and then it branches out further and further and further. It becomes tighter the more people who are in the web and we're all consuming our own product. We are the consumers, right? This isn't about just buying low, selling high, doing stuff like that. We're our own best consumers. And because the health and wellness industry is $1 trillion industry right now, this is the time for someone who wants to plug into a system to be in that particular market, right? So if you're looking into maybe CBD, if you're looking into, just any health and wellness, core multivitamins, if you need something for sleep, energy, weight loss, we all need these things, right? So health and wellness is never going to go away. So what if you could build a business around that, right? Where you don't have to worry about any of the headaches of a traditional small business owner. You don't have to worry about carrying a lot of inventory. You don't have to worry about payroll. You don't have to worry about employees, credit card loans, bank loans, all of that stuff. You don't have to worry about all of that because you have a fulfillment center that you're leveraging, which is the company you partner with. They handle all of that. All you do is practice the pattern that you're taught, which is teach two people how to teach two people. So bring two people into your organization, they're consuming, they're their best customer, and then they're teaching two people how to do the same thing, right? But it doesn't get communicated like that. But I want you to see how it pans out over time if you stick it out in a network marketing business, right? Now, I will say the best type of network marketing business for you to get into is one that has a binary compensation structure, because a binary means you have two sides to your organization. There are different compensation structures out there. If you're in a unilevel, that's not really built for long-term financial stability. That's more built for fast cash up front, and then over time, there's a lot of breakage because the company is going to get the majority of the volume from people who come into the organization years down the road, right? A binary, you can, capitalize on volume, thousands upon thousands of levels deep. There's no cutoff with the volume. So you can build a very lucrative business forever and keep getting a check for the rest of your life. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't going to require work. It does require work, right? Especially up front. You have to be able to see the vision of that, and you have to be able to learn. And this is why we have an online business school where we teach people. We're the only one in the network marketing industry, the only team in our organization as well, that has a business school that teaches us how to lead with financial education, which is what I'm teaching you right now, is something about financial education. Okay, so when you look at this right here, if you bring two people in, I always tell people when I bring them into my organization, focus on getting your two, right? And I help you do that because you're not going to know everything right off the bat. So if you bring two people into your organization, and then they bring two people, you've duplicated your efforts now 6 times. So imagine if everybody worked 1 hour a week, right? So if everybody works 1 hour a week, you've only worked 1, but your whole organization has worked 6, right? So that's one thing. But let's look at this over time. If each of your people that you bring in, if everybody even just brings in 1 person per month, over 9 months, you can have a potential 512 people in your organization. Okay, so this is how it works. If you month 2, you would have 4 in your organization. This is just if the 2 you bring on, even just bring on 1 per month. Do you think that you know someone who could use extra income, who may be wanting to get healthy, who needs to lose weight, whatever it is, who, might want to capitalize on CBD, need that, whatever, right? So this is the idea that it is very doable, but you've got to stick it out and you have to be educated about it, okay? So month 3, you could have 8 in your organization. This is with everybody focused on getting 1 person per month, okay? All of these people. Now, if all these people go out and get 1, now you have 16, right? Month 5, they do the same thing. You have 32. Month 6, 64. Month 7, 128. Month 8, 256. And month 9, 512. So many people make this so much harder and more difficult than it actually is because they're not educated. They think that, they have to go and get customers and do, all of this product pushing, but it isn't that. You need to explain this. And in a binary compensation structure, which is what this is over here and what our company Viseo is, you have 2 sides to your organization. So it's like you have 2 teams, okay? Now, I'm not making money off of anything that they buy. I only make money off of points that we all share. And everybody shares a leg or a side or a team with the person who signed them up, right? So this person over here, if this is me, then they share this side with me. So anybody that I add after them or that they add after them, we all share points, right? I don't get paid any kind of commission. If this person sells something, I don't get paid a part of their commission. They make it. This is franchising. If you think of a franchise and you think of McDonald's, what is it? It's duplication. And if you have an area manager, for example, the area manager is going to get bonused more by the company the better that they are at helping their franchise to succeed, right? The better that they are at explaining this concept. So you're getting bonused by the company. You're not getting anything from those people. You can have somebody way down here in your organization who makes more money than you do. And that's why this is the purest form of franchising, and it's fair because anybody can come in. My mentor came in his first company. He was, I think, number 80,000. He worked his way all the way up to the top 10. It requires work, but if people here aren't working both sides of their business, they're not going to get paid as much as someone down the line who is working both sides of their business. So it's like you're tending to both sides of your organization, right? So that's one thing. So what we teach in a binary in our business school is the 20-20 vision. So when you bring on 20 people on your left side of your organization and 20 people on your right side of your organization, statistically, out of those 20, 13 to 15 will say that, they want to come in, they want to build a business, and they'll come in and go on auto ship for a product, for whatever it is that they enjoy, right? Out of that 13 to 15, 3 to 5 will build an income that equates to about $1,000 per week. And then out of that 3 to 5, 1 to 2 will build a 6-figure income. Now, these are all people who have all said that they want to build a business when they come in and they're going on auto ship for product. So these statistics for a binary have been tried and true for over 30 years. So if you're serious about building an organization, the faster that you can get to 40 people personally that you bring into your organization, the better the chances that you're going to have a go-getter, right? All you need is 1 or 2 go-getters to work with you, and you're helping them, they're helping you, and everybody wins, right? It's a fabric. It's a fabric where everyone is their best consumer, and we're all on product, and everybody gets bonused by the company. That's how this really works. And if you can't explain that, then you're not really grasping the full effect of what's possible in network marketing. So if you're a business-minded person and you haven't looked at the business model, you have to take a look at it, okay? So how does this pan out over time? Because then a lot of people will say, well, what's the timeline and how many people do I have to put in? I already told you have to focus on getting your 40, right? So far in this organization in Viseo, I've brought in 35 people so far, so I'm close to my 40. But yeah, and that's what I tell my people too that I bring on. Focus on 20 on the left, 20 on the right. That should be your primary focus. Put this business in front of as many people as possible that you can, and chances are not only are you going to get better at explaining it, but you're going to get some people who really see it. In the land of the blind, the man with one eye sees, right? Not everybody will see this because it's not for everyone, right? You have to be a certain type of person to really get it, and then to have the time strength and the vision to see it through. All right, so what does this look like with the 5-year plan, right? So pretty much every business, right, when you think about this, because so many people get into these things and they think it's going to be an overnight success. Well, I got into that company, I put my best foot forward for 2 months, and, I'm not a millionaire, so I quit, right? Not what this business is about. If you opened up a restaurant, what would you need to do to make it work? First of all, you'd be heavily investing in that restaurant, right? So you've got a lot of money tied up in it. So you're going to make it work, right? You're going to do whatever it takes. If people apply that same work ethic to their network marketing business, but the problem is network marketing, it's a very small investment to get in, right? You can get in for as little as $50 all the way up to $1,500 at max. So $1,500, people can look at that and they'll be like, oh, well, that's like a weekend vacation somewhere. and they don't take it seriously. Now, if it costs them thousands upon thousands, just like it would a traditional business, they might work it a little bit harder. They may put in the time to understand how to make it work, and they might also do whatever it takes to better themselves and advertise and put themselves out there as a network marketing professional. Okay, so if you look at this like a traditional business and you have a 3 to 5 year plan, in 5 years, even if year 1 you bring 5 people into your organization, right? You've met the quota for what you really need to do to put this whole duplication process into action, okay? So year 1, you've brought 5 people in. Good job. So I've been in this one a year, a little over a year and a half. I've brought in 35 people. So I accomplished year 1, okay? In year 2, if you teach those 5 people how to bring in 5 people, now you have 25 people in your organization. So when people say, oh, well, I've only brought in 2 people, I'm like, okay, you've been in a month, you've been in 6 months, so what? 5 people in 1 year. You have to have patience with this, like a traditional business, and give yourself time to learn, fail, put into action, got to take action consistently, and fail, okay? Year 3, those 25 bring in 5. Okay, that's 125 now that you have in your organization. Year 4, they all bring in 5, potentially 625 in the organization. And year 5, if they all bring in 5, then you have 3,125. So what does this look like now in the tree? So in the tree, let's just say half of that 3125 is on your left team or organization and half is on your right team or your organization. Now, if everybody is on product and they're on at least 240 points worth of product, all right? So, and this doesn't necessarily need to be all what you've bought yourself. This could be from customers, right? If you have 1 or 2 customers, that could equate to 240 points, right? 1 or 2 customers a month. Can you do that? Can you share energy, weight loss, CBD, skincare? We have 10 different products. Can you find 2 customers a month that might enjoy that? I think you can. So 240 points of product. If everybody is on 240 points of product. Now we are living, okay, in, a perfect world right now, because the reality is that people quit on themselves because they don't get it. But if you have that mentality of, I hate to say it, but it's a mentality of an athlete. You have to understand that it's a process and it's going to take you a long time to get a skill, especially if you're not naturally athletic, if you're a person like me who has to practice a lot. So anyway, I understand this, okay? So median income in New Jersey. I'm doing New Jersey right now because, well, that's where I live. The median income in New Jersey ranges, depending on where you live, anywhere from $32,000 per year to $72,000 per year. Okay, that's the median income in the state of New Jersey. So let's just say in 5 years, you've built this organization, right? And you've got 1,500 and 1,500, so you've got over 3,000 people in your organization, and all of them are on 240 points worth of product. That would equate to over $26,000 per month. And what does that equal? That equals over $312,000 per year, okay? I'm okay with $300,000 per year after 5 years. It takes me 5 years to get there. Aren't you? I would be fine with that. So $312,000 per year. But the reality is, not everybody does this and sees it, and people, they don't retain, right? Because people don't understand, right? And our business school, though, teaches you that time strength, and the financial education you get in our business school is what really keeps people on board. Our team has a 70 to 94% retention rate weekly in an industry that only has typically 2 to 10%. And it's because we're the only one that has the business school that teaches financial education like this, okay? So that's the key, is retention in your business. And the better equipped that you are and you're explaining these concepts, the more that people are going to want to learn, and the more that they're going to have the patience to see this out and walk it out, all right? So Thanos comes down for any of my Avenger people. What did he do? He wiped out half the population. Okay, I had to get the Avengers in there because, well, I love Iron Man. But anyway, and Captain America. But, all right, and Aquaman. All right, so, what was I saying? Oh, Thanos comes down. He wipes out half your organization. So 50% of your people quit. You're still left with $156,000 per year. If 75% of your people quit, you are still left with $78,000 per year. Because that's what people are like, oh, what's going to happen if, people come on and they quit? You could still be bringing in more than what the median income is in the state of New Jersey, even if 75% of your organization quits. Why are you waiting to start a business? Why are you waiting to tap into a system when right now we have the best technological advantage out there? Everybody is doing this, you guys. More than 80% of new businesses that started in 2017 were home-based, right? Uber, Airbnb, what do they have in common? They own nothing, but they run everything. And it's all through technology. We have a free system right here with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Why are you not learning about this and tapping into it? If you're a small business owner and you're tied to your job, you may have money but no time. Why are you not looking at this to build passive income over time? And I can tell you, I know people personally who are in my previous company, and they have not worked their business. They got in the first 1 to 3 years of that company. And if you're part of a legacy company, which means that they can do up to $1 billion per year, and they're going to be around for years and years and years. Think Avon, Mary Kay, these are all like legacy companies, right? So if you're in one within the first 1 to 3 years, you begin building, you have patience, you take part in our free business school, right? You go through the ups and downs, you learn the industry, right? You fail forward, you just become overall, you personally develop and become a stronger person overall in every area of your life as a result. You do that, okay? And then 8 years down the road, because I can say this because I know someone who was in my previous organization 8 years, after year 5, well, actually in year 3, she started to make up to $200,000 a year. The company started to make some changes, right? Everybody's volume kind of got cut a little bit. However, she has not put one person into her organization in the last 3 years, and she still made $85,000 this year, doing nothing. Okay? Now, I'm not saying she never did anything. She worked to build that business in the beginning. But in that case, Thanos came down. The company made some changes. And that's why a lot of people, their volume dipped. So worst case scenario even, if you build this right the first time, down the road, it's going to be this cash flowing asset for you, whether it's a primary income, a secondary income. And then with our business school, what we teach you is how to then reinvest into more cash flowing assets so that you're never just depending on your network marketing business. Okay. Can't just depend on one source of income anymore. You just can't. You have to have several because nothing is secure. So if you want to learn more about this whole process and what I'm doing and our business school, where we learn from multimillionaires 3 nights a week live in a private Facebook group, people who have trained one-on-one and been mentored directly by Robert Kiyosaki, who is the author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series, people who have been top 30 earners in the world, in real estate, diamonds and gemstones, and several businesses. I have them on my cell, you guys. Like, to have access to that, it's worth it because you want to start to think like the 1 or 2%. Okay? When you start to think like the 1 or 2%, start to become like the 1 or 2%. So the question is, do you want to stay comfortable in your life and be unhappy? Are you comfortable in misery? Or do you want to take a chance and learn? College, you spend 4 years and over $100,000, if you're lucky, in an education to come out and maybe make $40,000 to $60,000 a year. Imagine if you put in 4 years into your education, your financial education with this, and it only costs you at max $2,000 a year. And that's if you don't work the business at all and you're just on product yourself, the highest amount of product. So now you've put in 4 years and graduated with $8,000 that you've put into it, but you can be earning, obviously, money that entire time. So if you're actually applying, you're not going to be spending any money, right? And you can hit ranks that can be hundreds of thousands of dollars, $1 million ranks. It just depends on you. So, and your ability to apply. So if you would like more information on any of this, and please, if you are in a binary and you think that this would help someone, let them know, share it, right? Because I know in my previous company, I was in a binary and I was a 6-figure earner over there. I didn't know half the stuff about how to maximize a binary as I do right now. So, because not everybody, well, actually nobody does, teaches how to max out a comp plan. Why would a company teach you how to max out their comp plan? You need to have the people who understand how to max out the comp plan teaching you how to do it the right way. So, and that's what we have here. All right, guys, have an amazing weekend, and please reach out. I would love to help you. All right, talk to you soon.